Hey there, today we're going to talk about semaglutide and constipation and what you can do about it. Constipation is not an uncommon side effect of semaglutide, and this is because of one of the mechanisms that semaglutide works for people. One of the ways it's going to help us lose weight is slowing down our GI tract. Essentially what that will do is decrease the amount of food that it takes you to feel full. Also along with that though is with the slowing of the GI tract, you can develop constipation. And so people who are not regular before starting this medication are going to be more likely to have this side effect. So there are some things you can do about it though. The first thing is going to be increase your fiber intake. And so part of that is going to depend on what type of diet you are on, but it's not as simple as just saying increase your fiber intake. It turns out there is two types of fiber. One is called soluble, the other is insoluble. And so for the issue that we want to address, we want to increase our amount of soluble fiber. What soluble fiber is going to do is bulk the stool a little bit, but the more of the effect that we're going to see is it going to increase how quickly things move through your GI tract, which is the part of the issue of why you constipated on this medication. So a really good source of soluble fiber would be berries. That would include blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. They have a good amount of mostly soluble fiber. The other type of fiber, insoluble fiber, is going to be more of a bulking agent to make the stool more formed. Now, that could be helpful, but we have to be careful because semaglutide is slowing things down. If you intake too much insoluble fiber, it actually can make things worse, especially if you're not drinking enough fluids. And speaking of fluids, that is another thing you can do is to increase the amount of fluid or water you're bringing in. It's actually helpful for weight loss in general, but if constipation issue, you definitely want to increase your fluid intake. Another thing you can do to help combat constipation is actually move. And 30 minutes of exercise at most days of the week will help with constipation. So it could be as simple as walking, but some type of exercise for at least 30 minutes will help keep you regular. Next, I often will advise people is to go immediately. So whenever you have a sensation to have a bowel movement, is to go ahead and have it if you're able to, and not try to wait till later. I do caution people to also, if it's more than 5 days since you have a bowel movement, you definitely want to talk to your provider about that. That's definitely on the long side. Definitely 5 days is long, and we don't want things to get worse. The next thing you can try is increasing your magnesium intake. Magnesium definitely can help with keeping you regular. It does relax those muscles as well. So there's different formulations of magnesium. I like something called Calm. It has the ionic form of magnesium, and it's actually useful to keep you regular. I do advise people to avoid processed foods, whether they're on this diet, whether they're using semaglutide or not, because processed foods are low in fiber, is going to predispose us to getting constipated. And if all of those things don't work, then laxatives are available. There's a whole bunch of different laxatives. Often I would ask people to start with something more natural like senna, but certainly magnesium citrate works well, or even Dulcolax. Those are other choices for constipation. Well, if you have any questions, please comment below. If you found this helpful, please like the video. If you want to learn more about other diet medications, check out one of these videos.